So I've been very excited to see these races. My knowledge of no-logic techniques is about 2 years out of date. I love the category, but I haven't been keeping up, and so occasionally a runner will just pull out some combination of techniques or new glitch that just blows my mind, and I'm sure we will see some of that. Alright, starting out with blue armor. Hope we don't need to death warp too much. Skele's being chased around by guards. I think trying to farm a guard for items. There's a bomb. That's useful. Oh, it's better to have a bomb than to not have a bomb. Speaking of bombs, dotdot found some in the bonk rocks, and Skele just skipped over those. Crabs just have hearts. Skele did a tree pull for some bombs. Checking Lumberjack Ledge. You hate to see something important on Lumberjack Ledge, but there isn't. Dropping some frames on Skele's side, it looks like. Alright, Skele's coming back this way. So they're just high-fiving, crossing paths. Oh, right. Yes. It's not dropping frames, it was syncing the times. That makes sense. Okay, this is a cool route. So Skele came around this way to do the clip from that cliff up into Death Mountain. And it's a little fiddly to get back in bounds once you're there, but Skele has done it already. Dotdot is doing the more common way up Death Mountain, the new Death Mountain ascent. You hop around this cliff and wrap the screen and hop around a little more, and it takes you into the cave where the old man is. So I think we're about to have another high five here in the dark. Yeah, does it have a name that's not new DMA by now? Skele has a slight lead here. Tried the Death Mountain descent to ledge. Dotdot took a death. And Skele did not get the clip. And we'll be trying again later. Here's dotdot attempting the same clip. There it is. So this is great for dotdot because dotdot was a little short on bombs, and a great place to refill bombs. Alright, fourth heart. Alright, and Skele will be the first to check out Kakariko Village. I find it very reassuring to go to Kakariko Village. You know, there's a lot of items there, some of which may affect how you plan other things, but there is something to be said for putting off Kakariko Village for a bit, especially looking for, like, a bottle, so that you don't have to come back to the sick kid check. However, they do both have powder, so they are prepared for the magic bat check, as long as they get some magic somewhere. Meanwhile, there is a sword right at home. That sword is extremely dupable, right? Like, the default tree warp takes you there if you don't mind being in the dark. So that's exciting. Don't know if we'll see that particular sword dupe, but I'm always excited for sword dupes. Okay, so Skele is continuing to explore Kakariko. Dot's swimming around and is probably going to be doing the Tam swam over to Ice Rod Cave. Just need to get some swim in some particular directions against that diagonal wall, and you're in. Ice Rod Cave just has a heart. Alright, despite that Skele had powder before coming to Kakariko, he doesn't get the chance to check Magic Bat with it, just due to having no magic whatsoever. So Skele's hopping down here to Desert Palace now. Dot checking out the waterfall and the Zora Ledge. So you can clip up to Zora Ledge, especially with Water Walk State, and nothing important there. Skele has found a bottle. That's very important. Bottles hold potions, and potions are your fuel for lots of glitches. Skele has a mushroom found in Desert Palace. I forget if there is any glitches that uniquely involve the mushroom that isn't already done better by the powder. And Skele is setting up the clip to the right side of Desert Palace, just doing this, I don't actually know what's happening. Oh, taking intentional damage so that he can death warp out. Finding some items. We don't get to see what those items are for a bit. But Skele is collecting the items from the east side. And not actually death warping, just saving and quitting. Welcome! So, no logic means that the items are placed entirely randomly. The game is not doing any reasoning about whether it is feasible to get to an item given other items. And the way that that's possible is that there is a wide range of glitches that are allowed in no-logic tournaments, in no-logic races. The goal of no logic is to not only get the 7 crystals and defeat Ganon, but also to have defeated the bosses that those 7 crystals are on. In most modes that wouldn't matter, but things can end up a little out of sync when you're doing a lot of glitches. And to make sure that the seed is almost certainly completable in some way, there are 2 copies of each rod in this mode. Because of the requirement to defeat the bosses, you probably have to defeat Trinex. Trinex absolutely requires the Fire Rod and the Ice Rod. If one of those were on Trinex, that would be a big problem. Having 2 copies of each means that it is very likely, extremely likely that the seed is completable. Skele finding the sword. Dot has done the screen wrap up to Tower of Hera. So if you're just getting here and wondering what these glitches involves, that's one kind of glitch that you'll see, is screen wrapping to get to unexpected places. Skele is setting up the glitch to auto-walk to the island, in the small island in Lake Hylia, and get that map. Alright, dotdot is done checking Tower of Hera for now. And we'll be heading over to East Death Mountain via the sky. Just hug a diagonal cliff a particular way and get to a particular pixel and you teleport upwards. Oh, okay. Gets the ferry. Much needed ferry after being bonked around by a squirrel. Oh, wow! Alright, hammer for dotdot. Definitely an important item. So now a bottle versus a hammer is the difference between our runners. Yep, looking forward to the map check that will tell us a lot about which dungeons need to be completed. And there's a lamp. Lamp is important not just for, having a fire ability and finding your way, but it's also by far the easiest way to do the setup for a class of glitches called hook pushing. Of course, you also need a hook shot and some other things to hook push. Hey, it's full of big keys in here. Many of the keys in No Logic are optional, but they're often very useful. Skele's doing a fun screen wrap, doing at least a couple attempts at it. If Skele can do this screen wrap from the door in Mini Molarm Cave, that will take him to King's Tomb. Giving up on that, though. Skele heading over to Ice Rod Cave the classic way. And dotdot will be diving into Eastern Palace, it looks like. Say this set of items so far has not given our runners much guidance on where to go. Swamp Palace is a pendant. That is some very key information because Swamp Palace is one of the trickier places to deal with. In No Logic, given that you need, either flippers or some plans to get around without flippers. You need ability to pull the dam and get in, and maybe get in from... Oh, speaking of flippers, Skele's found them on the Uncle. You need the ability to get in with the dam pulled, which, has various techniques, and you have to defeat Argus. But, with Swamp Palace being a pendant, maybe none of those are required. Alright, now it's dotdot's turn to explore Kakariko. Now Skele's going to the Hyrule Castle dungeon. Some checks that might be important here, and also this gets you the Hyrule Castle big key, which is also one of the things that you can use as a cave state big key. If you get into a dungeon and the game thinks that you're supposed to be in a cave, then there are 4 different big keys that you can use as the big key in that state. And one of them's not even randomized, it's the one on the Hyrule Castle guard. And Skele is saving and quitting without checking Dark Cross. Alright, dotdot having magic is doing something that Skele didn't do in Kakariko, clipping into Magic Bat with this screen wrap. Notice that Skele has the Tower of Hera key, but is not spending it. I guess, well, one good reason is not having any fire for the basement, but another important reason is you might need that key in Swamp. Though I guess Swamp has diminished in importance somewhat. The screen wrap while having hammer, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, sometimes you just get in the habit, and it's like, oh, this is the glitch that I do now. Alright, there is a glove downstairs in the Palace of Darkness. Yeah, while I was looking away, Skele clipped from Spectacle Rock into the Palace of Darkness. This is a very useful way to get all the items out of the Palace of Darkness. You just explored in Cave State. In Cave State, you have 255 small keys. So locked doors are no problem. Setting up the hammer yump over to the big chest, where that K-State big key will be useful. Opens, and Skele's able to open the chest. I think I missed it. Where was the second bottle in Desert Palace? The one that wasn't on the torch? Oh, nice. Right, yes, Skele didn't get to open the big chest, and dotdot did. Alright, dotdot's going to be doing that screen wrap. Oh, yes, setting up the clip to the right side of Desert Palace. Skele continues to explore the Palace of Darkness, where it is dark. However, we get to see the items that Skele's picking up. We still don't get to see the items that dotdot's picking up in the right side. Skele has a book. A book is a very reassuring item to have. It prevents the one case that is, at all probable of having a seed that's unwinnable, which is that both of the same rod are on tablets. And that's still not very probable. Alright, dot's stocking up on some glitch juice. Skele continues to explore the abandoned Palace of Darkness. One of the effects of the particular clip that gets you into the Palace of Darkness in cave state is that it wraps around the underworld map, which causes all of the enemies to despawn. So you just get to explore a very quiet Palace of Darkness. Skele, ooh, Master Sword in the Palace of Darkness. Skele is also setting up a clip here in the door to the fairy room. And I remember you do this and you hop around a lot of places. I actually forget where it takes you. Is it Hookshot Cave? I think it might be Hookshot Cave. So when you walk back into that door with everything a little bit desynced from doing that glitch the first time, it takes you into the back of Hookshot Cave. I think we're about to find out if Skele hovers. Yep, here comes some hovering. Dot, setting up the clip to hop back up onto the desert ledge. Alright, Skele has red armor. Death warping is now a lot of work. Also, there's the Titan's mitts, in case you needed those. Now it looks like we're going to see a YBA into the back of Thieves Town. This is often a great thing to do. It's very convenient access to the cracked floor in Thieves Town, so you don't have to come up here later. YBA is Yuzuhara's bottle adventure. If you drink a bottle at the moment that you go through a door, you get to make various things happen, but one of them is to manipulate the door to take you to a different place. That can be up 1 or 2 screens from where it was supposed to take you. Dot gets to continue exploring Thieves Town from here. There are 2 gloves available, but Dot has none of them. So it has to take the long way around here. Skele in Paradox Cave getting his hammer. And some keys, as I recall, some big keys. Alright, Dot has picked up Blind, and Dot's probably going to be doing the Disco Blind glitch that allows you to fight Blind and then leave. Unless he plans to just collect the Desert Palace crystal here. I probably started thinking of it as Disco Blind when, oh, okay, we're just fighting the boss, and picking up the prize and leaving. But yeah, if you press select at a certain time, then the lighting gets all weird, and the door doesn't close. Got it, so there was an attempt, but it's okay. Picking up a key, Palace of Darkness, and a crystal, and that is not the crystal that belongs to Thieves Town, that's the crystal that belongs to Desert Palace. And we're not going to count that as Desert Palace being complete until Lan Molas is also defeated. However, dotdot can just run back into Thieves Town. And dotdot opened the back of the big door, so has access to run back to the boss room and collect the correct dungeon prize of Thieves Town. Skele, in the meantime, is finishing Tower of Hera. Just going up it the normal way with the big key, collecting its crystal, and with Tower of Hera being done, there are many dungeon prizes that you can collect if you want to by clipping from a dungeon into the Tower of Hera. dotdot's got the flute. Useful thing if it shows up early enough. Mostly the purpose of the flute is it takes you to the potion shop. We'll see if dotdot activates it. Skele gets to check a tablet with the book. Oh, Bombos on the tablet. dotdot collecting the Thieves Town prize, which is also a crystal, so Thieves Town is now complete for dotdot. Skele with the Titan's Bits gets to check King's Tomb without using any glitches at all. Gets a key to Swamp. dotdot is here in, I believe, the fake Dark World. Having gone in a Light World dungeon, and exited in the Dark World, dotdot will be put back in the Light World if he screen transitions, but for now he gets to explore the Village of Outcasts. Where there's a bow? That's pretty great. And we get a quick map check revealing Palace of Darkness as a crystal. Didn't see if it told us anything else. And 2 screen transitions takes dotdot back to Kakariko Village, where he gets to do the sick kid check. Skele taking advantage of having the mushroom. Check the witch's location. Oh my gosh! Oh, that changes everything! Oh my gosh! So we've got the Moon Pearl at the potion shop, where you are not getting it without the mushroom. I have forgotten where the mushroom is. So dotdot's checked Desert Palace also. I would have expected that dotdot would have mushroom if that's the case. But maybe we just haven't seen the item screen recently. Skele just taking advantage of the Moon Pro, going directly to Skull Woods. Alright, we've now seen one of the Skull Woods items. Oh, but it's Key Sanity, so there will be a lot more. Speaking of Skull Woods is another pendant. Dot now has the Cave State Big Key. Skele's got a nice sword. Got a bit of a sword difference stacking up here. There's the Quake Medallion. Always good to have more medallions, so you don't need to worry so much about what Misery Mire is going to require. Dot's checking Uncle. Who's got the flippers? Yeah, it sounds right for it to have been the Switch chest in Desert Palace, but wouldn't Dot have it also? Anyway, Skele continuing to explore the Dark World. Ledge there has nothing useful. But Skele is setting up for a clip in these stairs, so I'm about to see something exciting that I don't know. Setting up a Stairmaster. To get into Thieves Town in K-State. Speaking of the Turtle Rock Big Key, which is definitely a convenient thing to have, and that they now both have. Dot is doing the Kiki skip, the clip from Spectacle Rock into Palace of Darkness. And so now it's Dot's turn to explore the Palace of Darkness with no enemies around. But yeah, this is very cool. I am always excited to see glitches that I haven't seen before. And once again, being in K-State, Skele gets to just open all the doors. Skele had a little farther to go to bomb the cracked floor than Dot did, because Dot got to just come in right next to this upper floor. Dot picking up some money, 5 potions with. Yeah, The seed has been pretty light on money so far. There's the book for Dot, who will probably be able to get bomb posts from the tablet sometime. Skele got to check the big chest that I believe Dot didn't in Thieves Town, but it wasn't important. Now, one thing I want to see is if Dot is also heading to Hookshot Cave, or is going to make his way out and get into Palace of Darkness State. Alright, there's the blind glitch. Skele is going to be fighting blind and then leaving. Assuming that he doesn't want the key. No, he gets the key. That's right. It's just... yeah, never mind. Yeah, you get to pick up the item. Alright, Dot's now got a better sword. Alright, Dot is also going to be setting up the path to Hookshot Cave. I think. Maybe not. Maybe Dot's just leaving and re-entering. So what this sets up for is the statue drag glitch to go directly to the boss fight in Palace of Darkness. So you push a statue around, you drag it into the stairs. Downstairs you're in a state where the game still thinks you're dragging the statue. You take some damage to maintain that state as you go back up the stairs. Shove the statue back with your shoulder so that you don't change your dragging state. And scroll that screen so that this next part doesn't mess up. And now you get to do the clip in this door where you can mess up the screen wrapping so that you just get to pull a statue that doesn't exist through that door and manipulate your position until you can just dash down into the boss room. This Helmosaur fight is no problem. Might have said that a little prematurely. Yeah, okay. This Helmosaur fight was no problem. So Dot will be completing Palace of Darkness. So our runners have 2 crystals each, but Skele is in a very good position having the Moon Pearl. Dot's setting up a quadrant glitch taking damage in a particular place to mess up a screen transition coming up. Skele is going to be the first one to take a look at Misery Mire. I didn't catch what the medallion was. Okay, so that quadrant glitch is another way to get into Hookshot Cave. Misery Mire needs ether! Oh no! Alright. So that will be a possible setback at the end of this run, because with Misery Mire being a crystal, you need to go into Misery Mire the dungeon so that the game knows you're in Misery Mire, and beat a boss to collect its crystal. And you can't go in the dungeon if you don't have the medallion, but you can make the game confused about what dungeon you're. Ooh, Fire Rod and Hype Cave, that's extremely hype. You can make the game confused about what dungeon you're in with dungeon ID swapping. There is so much hype in Hype Cave. We have the Fire Rod and the Hookshot there. Both absolutely huge items, especially in No Logic. Alright, dot's setting up another clip here. I think this one goes into Ganon's Tower in Cave State. There we go. Drinks a bottle while going through the door, and that takes us to Ice Armos, who is now Water Armos. The knockback on Water Armos doesn't quite work right. And you get to collect a big heart from them. Map of Desert Palace. One of those items was a bomb. I couldn't see what the left chest was. Now dot gets to explore Ganon's Tower in Cave State. Rupees, okay. The mirror is in the Ganon's Tower big chest. This has paid off hugely already. And half magic? Also relevant that dot has the mushroom, and that means that when dot goes to stock up on potions, he will probably be able to get the Moon Pearl. Skele's setting up another Stairmaster. This one goes into Eastern Palace in Cave State. Just to check the big chest. Huh. Dot has found the bug net, making possible various forms of silly glitches that you wouldn't actually do. Oh, unlocked the big door. Yeah, that's important. That makes sense. Dot amazingly not harassed by the fire bars. Gets to do that bomb jump. Skele's activating the flute, thus giving him quick access to the potion shop. Render room gonna deliver the goods. Yes, if the goods are a cape. That is all for Dot's Ganis Tower exploration. Skele's gonna be heading into Eastern Palace. Now having the ability to complete it without the big key. Last time I said we were losing frames, I was wrong, but it seems like right now we are losing some frames from Dot. Disappointing we don't get to see what Dot is up to. Skele's finishing Eastern Palace, though I think he is... Okay, we got Dot back. I think Skele has skipped the big key chest. Like the one where you get the big key. Dot collects the Hera crystal. Skele about to collect the Eastern prize. Also a crystal, so we are now at 3-3 on crystals. Alright, Dot has 3 potions. That is very valuable. Okay, the other pendant is Ice Palace, and now we know where all of the pendants are. Pendants are Swamp Palace, Skullwoods, and Ice Palace. You have Dot doing this Stairmaster into Eastern Palace now. Oh, Skele's setting up... Oh, with the hook shot, Skele's setting up a hook push. Trying to remember where this one goes. Is it Trinex? Is this a hook push to Trinex? Because Skele's all set to defeat Trinex? So you gotta just do some things with various items to manipulate your Ancilla values to get things in the wrong slots slightly. And then the hookshot gets to take you someplace exciting. Looks like it didn't work. And Skele is resetting to get his resources back. hook pushes are a really great way of getting around, very valuable, but require a lot of setup. Alright, we're seeing the second attempt at the hook push. Dot's still in Cave State in Eastern Palace, just checking all the items on the way out. And after that, he has to go back in and go to the boss. Skele resetting once again after using up his resources on a failed hook push. And is now doing the time-honored strategy of trying something else. Looks like Skele's going to be heading back into Desert Palace to complete it. Does the hook push take you to Laser Bridge, or does it take you directly to Trinex? Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. We're going to see our runners staying even on the number of crystals they've collected. Yep, a hook push lets you use the hook push to push yourself in an unexpected direction, usually through a wall. And that lets you clip around in the underworld and get to a place that you wouldn't normally be. And Skele hopping over to the checkerboard cave rock. Dot didn't collect the moon pearl! Oh no! Alright, Skele's stocking up on bombs for probably future hook pushing purposes. I don't think he turned in the mushroom. Right, here's the hook push setup once again for Skele. Dot's a little bit stuck in the sky, finding himself unable to clip back in bounds. Skele has accomplished the hook push to Laser Bridge. We might be seeing Overworld Conveyor setup. Overworld Conveyor is one of the glitches that I've completely failed to learn, so honestly I don't know what Overworld Conveyor setup looks like. Always amazing when it happens, when you see it in a race. That would make sense then. So it wasn't... Got it. So that wasn't dotdot getting stuck in the sky. Alright, speaking of hook pushing, Skele's got this gap to cross without the Canis Maria, so it needs to set up a stuck push. Just get that hookshot stuck there, throw a boomerang, do some stuff with it in the air, and then just fly across the gap. Who even needs the door? Now Skele's at Trinex. So, I want to talk about Go mode. Skele needs to complete Palace of Darkness and Misery Mire. Misery Mire is going to be a real pain because of the fact that it requires the Ether Medallion, but Skele could do the Dungeon ID swap. It just requires a bunch of setup. So, assuming Skele has that in his plans, Skele's in Go mode. Dotdot is in fact setting up an Overworld Conveyor. There it is. Oh, this is the really spicy Overworld Conveyor. Path into Misery Mire, but your timing has to be really good, or else you just crash or soft lock. But yep, he did the thing. He landed in the cave in the Lost Woods using Overworld Conveyor, and just kind of glides through the top wall into Misery Mire. Skele's clipping back into Palace of Darkness to finish it up. So having done that Overworld Conveyor, Dotdot gets to check the items that are inside Misery Mire. But that's not the same as having access to be in Misery Mire state, which is also the thing that Skele needs. Also, Skele is not doing the statue drag to get to Helmasaur. Just kind of going the normal way. Samaria and Mire. Alright. So Dotdot's got the glitch cane, that's very useful to have. Doing a minor glitch to dash through that railing there. So I'm guessing Skele wasn't feeling confident in the mirrorless statue drag. But he does have all the things he needs to just go the normal way to the boss. Yeah, we're never again going to agree with vanilla speedrunners on what a major glitch is. Saving and quitting is a major glitch. Alright, Skele has all of the crystals except Misery Mire, and I'm very excited to see what he does next. If he plans to dungeon ID swap, we're gonna see him go to the Tower of Hera, do the setup, to do a manipulation in Hera that deletes the door behind the throne in Hyrule Castle, because dungeon ID swapping happens when you go back and forth through the door where the throne is. However, it looks like we're seeing Skele go to... oh, to get more bombs. And arrows. To get more arrows. I am not sure what the arrows are for, but I'm sure we'll find out. Oh, right. That makes sense. Right, yes, if you can hook push, you don't need to delete the door. The arrows are for hook pushing. But apparently he's setting up another overworld conveyor. I think dotdot has not yet seen the entrance to Misery Mire, and he's hoping that it's going to be a medallion that's easy to collect, so that later he can come back with a medallion and just clip from Mire into Hera and collect the prize. Dotdot has no medallions, so won't even be that disappointed to see that it's Ether. Alright, so Skele is also doing the overworld conveyor into Misery Mire. So this will get him the Cane of Samaria. It will not get him the Mire prize. So Skele has a strong advantage here from having picked up the Moon Pearl that's at the potion shop. But he is still looking for stuff. Oh, dotdot set up overworld conveyor to be able to cross to the east side of Death Mountain, of Dark Death Mountain, as a bunny. Now just needs to set it up to drift down to the ledge. So yeah, Link to the Past Randomizer puts the items that are in chests and optionally all the keys. Well, yeah, it puts the items that are in chests and other locations where you find items into new places. Can put the keys that are dropped by enemies into new places, which is not in this mode. Can shuffle the keys between dungeons, which is in this mode. But then the biggest thing about this mode is that the items are just placed randomly, and our runners are doing a lot of glitches to be able to finish the seed no matter where the items are placed. So dotdot got into Laser Bridge as a bunny and took the death, so now he gets to explore Turtle Rock starting from Laser Bridge. Yep. The logic mode allows a wide variety of glitches, and there are so many known glitches for this game that you will be able to find a way to win the game. But it's a very exciting category because you've got to, improvise what sequence of glitches you need to do. Alright, Skele has already finished Palace of Darkness, and so I will be surprised by what his goal is here now. Yeah, like usually in Link to the Past Randomizer, it will consider the logic of what items you need to check what locations. And in no logic mode, we just throw all of that out. Okay, Skele has done the YBA in the door of Palace of Darkness to get into Tower of Hera. Oh, this is a route to do dungeon ID swapping. Because the only thing left that Skele needs is the prize of Misery Mire. So he started out in Palace of Darkness, YBA'd to get to the Tower of Hera, clipped through the wall to get into the Hyrule Castle dungeon. Now he's setting up the hook push to get through the closed throne door. There we go. And when Skele goes back through the door, now the game stops believing that he's in Palace of Darkness and starts believing that he is in Misery Mire. So now he needs to get from here to Misery Mire, or no, from here to a boss room, which is going to be in the Tower of Hera. Skele has already defeated Vitreous, but needs the dungeon prize, because the game wasn't thinking of him being in a dungeon when he defeated Vitreous. Setting up a way I'm not familiar with of getting back to Hera. Which is, of course, also going to be a hook push. The way that I know here is to do a YBA in the door of the next room, which would require having another filled bottle. I don't know if Skele has that, but Skele's setting up a hook push here. Skele doesn't get this, he loses a fair amount of progress. Oof. Unfortunate. Like, he's gonna have to repeat the setup starting from Palace of Darkness again. Dot has placed the mirror portal, in an unexpected place that lets him just clip into Pyramid Fairy Cave. Why are we going up? Oh. Did Skele not kill Vitreous already? Got it. Alright, so Skele needs to repeat the overworld conveyor into Misery Mire and go kill Vitreous. I think he's hoping to find the Ether Medallion on Vitreous. Or something else that gives him an inspiration of where to look. Okay, yeah, that's a good question. I can't say that I know what Skele's plan was for completing the dungeon ID swap. Oh, dot's here in the sewers. I'm just going to the back. There's the ice rod, finally. Dot also hasn't been to Hype Cave where the fire rod is, because it's pretty inconvenient to get to without the Moon Pearl. Skele's setting up the hook push into the second to last room of Mire. Alright, dotdot has fake fluted into the Dark World. This is looking good. It looks like he's going to check Hype Cave. Well, maybe not. Maybe he's doing a route that will eventually let him check Hype Cave. Alright. Skele has now defeated Vitreous. The only thing Skele needs now is the Misery Mire Crystal, which is proving a little bit difficult to get. Dotdot, meanwhile, gets to explore the Dark World without going back into Bunny State as long as he doesn't go indoors. So his route might end at Hype Cave or might end somewhere else. Right, Hype Cave had both the Fire Rod and the Hook Shot. It was extremely important. Right. Dotdot is now seeing the medallion requirement. Skele is stocking up even more on bombs. Dotdot continuing to do outdoor activities in the Dark World. Alright, Skele's back in the Palace of Darkness. He's going to be setting up the dungeon ID swap again. So, because the game thinks of Hyrule Castle and the sewer as being two different dungeons, it flips a bit that says what dungeon you're in when you go through that throne door. And so, if you are actually in a different dungeon that's not Hyrule Castle when you go through that door, then flipping the bit can take you to, an even more different dungeon. And one of the most useful pairs is flipping Palace of Darkness into Misery Mire. So Skele has gone from Palace of Darkness to Tower of Hera. We'll clip from Tower of Hera into the Hyrule Castle basement, the sewer. Go back and forth, like hook push across the throne door, probably. And then go back through it to swap the ID to Misery Mire, and we saw all that before. And then he got stuck at the last part, which is that he needs to get to a boss room to collect the crystal. Meanwhile, Dotdot has found the Fire Rod and the Hook Shot. He's probably not even that concerned about the Moon Pearl anymore, having all that. But he knows that he needs a way to collect the Misery Mire Crystal, same thing Skele's working on, and he needs to defeat Trinex. Alright, I think we might be seeing we're about to see the more traditional YBA setup to get from, just drink a bottle while going through that door to get back into the Tower of Hera. Because Tower of Hera is below this room, and you just need the bottle to take you one step farther. He missed. There is another bottle. that looks like it worked. You know it works when it refills your health in addition to your magic, if it's a green potion, and Skele is back in the Tower of Hera. This is go mode for Skele. I mean, kind of already was go mode, but the plan has come together for Skele. Dot's here in Tower of Hera, setting something up. I like it. This is dotdot deleting the throne. So not having to do the hook push that Skele did, as long as you just go through that door in a glitchy way carrying the Cane of Samaria. I don't know if this is part of it, or if you just messed it up and needed to go back upstairs. Oh. Oh, he's just going to the castle basement now. Skele is stocking up on money. Oh, okay. Got it. Dot setting up a hook push in this room. I think this is the hook push that people in chat were describing. Now he's back in Hera. Assuming that he started in Palace of Darkness, which I lost track of, that the game now believes that he's in Misery Mire. Right, Skele's got to get to Aga 2. There are various paths to that. The one I rely on is inside Turtle Rock, and I think we're seeing something like that. Alright, Dot has collected the Crystal of Misery Mire. The hard part is done. Dot just needs to finish Desert Palace and defeat Trinex. Skele is setting up the lava dive to Aga 2, which is my favorite way to get to Aga 2. Alright, that is Aga 2 down for Skele. We're just gonna take him to the Ganon fight. Skele's just got to do a very traditional Ganon fight with the red sword and no silvers. Alright, dotdot hopping on the duck. Looks like he's coming here to get some bomb capacity to do some more glitches. Because his plan at this point is probably an overworld conveyor into Laser Bridge. Go fight Trinex, and then hop over to Aga 2. Or not an overworld conveyor, a hook push to Laser Bridge. Alright, Skele has changed the future and completes the run, and wins the run with a time of 1:27:34. GG. Dotdot is here at Laser Bridge. We might see him finish out the run because everything's come together for him also, despite not having the Moon Pearl. Oh nope, got a forfeit. That was a pretty close race in the end. A lot of exciting glitches, and we are joined here by Skele. Hopefully I've been saying your name right. Hello, hello.
Yep, thanks.
Alright, what did you think of that seed?
I was pretty frustrated the whole time, to be honest, because it felt like I had like the whole world in my hands, and I was really struggling with a lot of the tricks. Like my brain turned off halfway through or something, but I mean, I guess it still worked out at the end, so that's nice.
Yeah, like a lot of things came together, but like the dungeon ID swap was clearly an issue.
Yeah, that was rough. I like forgot how to stuck push for a while, but then I remembered, so it's okay, I guess.
You did it. You got through it and you won. Dotdot is pretty close behind, actually. He's forfeit already, but he's finishing out the seed because he just needs to kill Trinex and then Lava Dive and then win. Oh, here's Dotdot.
Hello.
Hey.
GG.
Yep. Congrats on a close race.
Yeah. That was so weird. All 4 bottles are in Desert Palace.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hadn't thought about that. Wow. Yeah, so what did you think about the seed in general?
I should have gone to Hype Cave faster.
Mm-hmm. Hype Cave was huge.
Yeah.
Would you like to know where the Moon Pearl was?
I would love to know.
It was in the potion shop.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's well.
It was there for the taking.
I never remember to get that check.
You got through without it, just a little bit slower.
Yeah. Yeah, if I got the Moon Pearl, I would have went to High Cave a lot faster for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that definitely was kind of the turning point. But yeah, it was a good close race. Do you two know when your match 2 is going to be?
Yeah, same time tomorrow.
Same time tomorrow.
Yep.
I look forward to it. All right. So, and again, thank you to Sakrajutes for tracking. Anyone got any other thoughts?
I'm just looking forward to the next race, and I'll try to study up on a couple things in advance this time.
Yeah. I mean, y'all did some Stairmasters that clearly I need to learn.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
My glitch knowledge is a little out of date, and I am excited to learn these things that I'm seeing here in the races. Anyway, GG's to you both.
Thanks for the restream.
Thanks for the restream. Yeah. Thanks for the commentary.
There's going to be another match tonight. I forget exactly when, but people in chat probably know. But with that, I am going to sign off. Have a good evening or other time of day, everyone.
Bye, everyone.